Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and a wonderful break. A lot has happened throughout this week in regards to the Knicks, and I just want to give you guys my quick thoughts on them. But yeah, most importantly, I hope you guys had a wonderful break and you guys had enough time to spend with your family and to connect. I know a lot of things are going on right now, but you gotta appreciate the small moments. But okay, so in regards to the Knicks news, right? A couple of things happening this week. A couple of interesting things. Um, First and foremost, the signings. They finalized Alfred Payton's contract. They signed Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to an extended 10. Um, and what does that mean for the roster? You know, well, right now we have a log jam at the point guard position with Payton, Rivers, Frank, and DSJ. We also have Emmanuel Quickly, who some believe is going to play the point guard because he can shoot next to RJ. So we'll see how that goes. The other part of this Knicks news is something that I actually thought was very interesting. This whole sign and trade situation with Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics and the Charlotte Hornets. We were rumored to be a part of it because we can absorb Nick Batum's contract. So the Hornets did not want to waive him. They would rather just trade him outright to a different team. And the rumor was that, well, the Knicks, since they have the cap space to do it, that they would take on Nicholas Batum's contract, right, in order to receive a first-round pick back or some sort of draft capital compensation for the move. Now, apparently, Dolan was informed of this, and he did not want to take back salary just to receive a pick, especially a salary that's upwards of $23 million. He is the owner of the team. He has the books. He knows what the cap space is like. He's the one that's spending the money, and I guess that he didn't think that spending the 23 on Batum was worth receiving back either a highly protected first-round pick or just a handful of second-round picks. If you ask me, I would have done the move. I mean, he's an expiring contract, and it's not like we were going to sign anyone else. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, Dolan is the owner, and as long as he is, he's going to still make these moves. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the organization does going forward. But that's just one part. The most important thing that's happening this week is finally training camp. So as of this recording, tomorrow training camp begins. This is the chance that finally all of our players get to come together under the same roof, and they get to start hearing the language that Coach Tibbs is going to start implementing his game plan and his ideas and his strategies and his philosophy to the team. Training camp is training camp, and it is going to be condensed. So we don't really know how this is going to affect the players, but there is one thing, and I guess one expectation that I do have. Last year, something that I really did not like was the fact that Coach Fizz didn't really make a decision, for example, in regards of the point guard situation. If you guys remember, if some of you remember, during preseason, DSJ started some games, Frank started some games, Payton started some games, and then when the regular season came, we were all wondering if he was going to name a point guard, and he played RJ Barrett at the point guard. Right, kind of like a cop-out. This year, I don't want that to happen. If you ask me, my personal opinion, I think that because of the role that Frank plays as a defender, he doesn't need the ball in his hands, so his usage percentage is not that high. I think he should get the nod at point because we want the ball in RJ's hands. We want the ball in Obi's hands. And now with Burks and Rivers on the roster, we want the ball in their hands too. So I think Frank fits that best. But regardless of who Tibbs decides to put, I want him to be decisive. I want him to pick the guy, stick with him, and don't fall under the pressure of the fans, because I know we have the best fan base in the world, a lot of expectations. We have the heaviest jerseys in the league. I want him to make a decision and stick with it. That is my expectation for this training camp. That is my expectation for preseason, for him to pick the roster, stick with it, go with it, develop the team under his vision so we can finally develop some chemistry on this team. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in regards of who should be in the starting lineup for preseason, who should get consideration for minutes. Let me know what you guys think in regards to the Batum contract. We could have gotten another first round pick possibly, but ownership got in the way of that. And let me know what you guys think about Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and Elfrid Payton. Gilchrist is on an Exhibit 10, so he probably won't make the roster, but if he does, this whole CAA Wildcat conspiracy just gets more fire. We'll see what happens, though. Let me know what you think. Have a great night.